Oh my god. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Wolfpack with me, Dan. Mate, I'm gonna get the panel in and we're gonna get started. There's a lot to talk about. So joining me is John. What's up, John? How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Yourself?
I was okay, yeah. I was alright until this news come out, and now I'm just feel like I can't calm down. Kyle, how you doing, bud?
Hello, everyone.
Oh,
Man,
Christ.
oh God, what is this about, man? Oh,
It's juice this
we're
evening,
back
isn't it?
again. 2 nights on the bounce.
North, how you doing, mate?
How are we?
No respect from them with the club card. Right, we're going to get into comments in just a
Straight
second.
in.
Feel
Straight
free
in.
to get as much as you want off your chest in the chat. Debate. Do what you want to do. That's what this is all about. God, I am still fuming about this. I'll be honest. I've been trying to really, really calm down, but this is just taking the absolute piss. Basically, if you're just joining us and you live under a rock and you're a Wolves fan, I'll tell you what's happened. Basically, all of the prices to see Wolves at Molineux have risen by a certain percentage. Now, we all knew this was going to happen. We all knew there was going to be a price rise. You know, we were warned of it already. We were warned it was going to be in the single figures. Then there was then there was a rumor that came out that it was 12%, and I was like, "There's no way. There's no way in hell they're going to do that." Not after what's happened just recently and whatever they've been talking about. But lo and behold, it's not 12%. It's a lot worse. We're gonna go through the percents in a minute. We're gonna go through all the figures in a minute. So yeah, make yourself comfortable, everybody. Oh God, I'm just fuming. Right, I think we need to talk about how we feel about it before we get into the nitty gritty. So I'm gonna tell you how I feel about this. I am embarrassed to have this news come out today. I am actually embarrassed. I can't believe that a club of our stature, you know, with a season that we've had, has actually had the audacity to rise the prices to this extent. In a city that's, I mean, we're in a global crisis with money at the moment. And I literally feel a bit speechless. I feel like if I talk too much, I'm going to end up saying something I'm going to regret. So I'm going to hand it over to Kyle. Kyle, how do you think about it?
Mate, I'm just reading some of these comments now, and everyone's kind of saying the same thing. We're all fuming. What people are forgetting, I don't think they're aware of it. You know, Wolverhampton is, it's a rundown town. A lot of working class people, fighting, struggling to pay bills. Going to the Wolves is a luxury. Do you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, we all go when we can, and if prices are, reduced for cup games or whatever, we'll all go, oh yeah, go on, we'll have some of that. I've not been for a while, but putting the prices up just doesn't make sense in a way. If they're thinking about the fans, if they're thinking about business, then yeah, it does make sense. And if you didn't listen last night, go back, have a listen to our podcast last night, because it was a bit mad. Like we deep dived into some, yeah, it was a bit crazy, but it's just bizarre to put it on such a skyrocket where fans just go, what the fuck just happened? Like, it's took everyone by surprise. It's on the news, mate. I was coming back in the car and it was like, dun, 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 breaking news. Wolves fans have been struck with a price blah blah blah, and I'm like, mate, it's everywhere. This is literally unheard of to inflate prices the way they have. It's mad, complete madness.
John, what's your sort of feelings towards it all at the moment?
Well, for a start, I'm just pretty upset because there's going to be so many people who aren't going to be able to renew, and I feel the most for people that have got families because I obviously we're going to go into figures in a sec, but it's people that have got kids and stuff that are going to be the most affected, I think, because that's where the craziest increases have happened. It's for children, the under 14s, under 21s. So not only as an adult has your ticket gone up, but if you have to pay for kids as well, you've been really, really shafted. So that's where my thoughts are, because it's them people that have got families that are been the most done over here. And generally, I've just seen loads of people over social media saying, I've had a season ticket for so many years and that's enough's enough now. They're genuinely going to stop going. So some people just really can't afford this increase. It's all depending on obviously where you sit and your age, but some people have definitely been more screwed over than others. So yeah, it's really bad.
I think
It's mental.
I think what's upsetting
Absolutely mental.
is reflecting on a season where we were just wanting to go up. We just wanted to stay up. Sorry, that's all we wanted. You know, as fans, which it's not like we've demanded more from the team or the manager this season. It's not like we've been grievous to Wolves in any way. You know, we've been loyal fans that have been backing them left, right, and centre, and it just feels like this is just a big two fingers up from our owners. I've said thousands of times, you know, about FOSUN. Every time that people have commented about them, I back their corner as much as I can because, you know, I've not felt personally like they've made too much wrong decisions. This is the worst decision they've made.
100%.
Period.
100%.
There's no disguising this at all. I am absolutely embarrassed and I'm just fuming. Anyway, if you had an email today from Jeff Shee, then you'll already obviously know what he said. And we're going to touch into this now. I'm going to read out what he said, and I'm going to stop every now and then, and we're going to talk about parts of it that need talking about, because it is a doozy. To be honest, it's. I read it and I was like, "Are you Oh my god, are you taking the piss or what? Like, are you actually taking the piss? Seriously?" So yeah, message from Jeff Shee. When it comes to selling ticket prices, we benchmark our prices against those of the other 19 Premier League clubs, especially those with similar fan-based size, stadium capacities and sporting achievements. So from straight away, that paragraph is just ridiculous because we aren't a shiny, you know, club that spends a shitload of money every time anyway, and when we have, we've looked terrible and it's embarrassed us anyway, like buying Fabio Silva and things like this. So that for me is just ridiculous. Saying that, comparing us to other Premier League clubs straight away is just absolutely stupid. And stadium capacities and sporting achievements, stadium capacities, right? The stadium itself, it needs sorting already. It's living in a different decade. So that's ridiculous that he's even explained about the fact that, you know, it holds 35,000. That's just not even relevant because the stadium's in disarray and it's your fault. You should have been doing something about that ages ago. And as for sporting achievements, what sporting achievement? Winning the championship. What have we done since? What warrants this percentage? Like, have we won an FA Cup? No. Have we won any silverware? No. Have we got close to it? Yeah, but what does that? That does nothing. You know, So I don't know what sporting achievements he means. If he's on about getting Europe, well, that was great, but it's hardly done anything since, has it? All the players that got us to that point are gone. So I don't understand that first point at all. What do you guys think about that first point, Kyle? I'll start with you.
I think. Oh, carry on,
go on, John. No, go on, John. John, carry on, mate.
I was just going to say it's really difficult to compare us to other clubs because, for a start, I don't know the exact number, but pretty much 40-50% of the league's in London anyway, and people are on higher wages, and stuff down there is more expensive. So you think of like Fulham, you think of Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea. We've all been down there. I know a friend that supports Arsenal, and he goes down there and he pays about between £100 to £120 a ticket just for one game. So do you know what I mean? But the thing is, the people in London that live down there are usually on a lot higher wage. My friend lives down there and he's working some fantastic wage down in London, so they can afford it. Whereas in Wolverhampton, the West Midlands wages aren't nowhere near as high as other places in the country. So that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I don't think we have to compare ourselves to other clubs because other clubs have made some have made ridiculous decisions to put prices up, and some have froze prices. So how can you compare? So yeah, it's really difficult to really understand where he's going with that one.
I completely agree. I mean, we're going to go over a comparison stuff because, as you know, I do my own work, don't I? And when he came out with that, I thought, actually, I'm going to have a look into it. I'm going to see if you have actually deep dived and had a look and properly compared stuff. And my comparison took me 10 minutes. And he's just said there, well, I think it's a bit further down the email or something that the ticketing team has thoroughly researched. Well, they haven't. It took me 10 minutes. We'll get to that. They're way off. In a minute, yeah. We'll get so I'll come on to that in a minute. And I've purposely not included like Fulham because Fulham finished right next to us in the league. But like John said, they're a London club. It's £27 a pint down there. It's £27 to get pissed in Wolverhampton. Do you know what I mean? It's a completely different ball game down there, and it's it's sheer madness. It really, and it just goes to show that they're not actually looking at what Wolverhampton is. No. They're looking at Wolverhampton now as too much of a business. They've got to actually look at the fundamentals and the background because, like people are saying, can't afford it. I've got a family to feed. I've got bills to pay. Prices, inflation rates, life in general at the minute is fucking expensive anyway. Do you know what I mean? There's people out there barely keeping a roof over their head. I've been there. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking horrible. The most common form of depression comes down to money.
Yeah, 100%.
And then they're whacking this fucking bill on everyone. Sorry for the language as well, guys. I'm fuming. But they're smashing this bill on everyone. And it's just utter madness. It really is utter madness. They've got to do the homework on what Wolverhampton is. And I live in Shrewsbury. So there's people outside of Wolverhampton. Do you know what I mean? Who support the club. There's people globally who support the club. Have a look at their situation as well. Do your homework. Then come up with a flipping price that's accurate. Because the Black Country in general is not a well-to-do area. That nobody really in the Black Country is well off.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's run down, and I'm not going to say it's a shithole because it isn't, but there's places in Wolverhampton where, like I say, people are barely keeping a roof over their head. They're barely feeding their kids. Houses are falling down. They're derelict. They're pretty much borderline poverty areas in some of them. And it's like, you've only got to go over the park and you're open to a whole new world of stuff that people have never even seen before. And it's just mental. You've got to look at these deprived areas and look and go, how can we actually help them a little bit? Because the majority of Wolverhampton probably will be Wolves fans. The majority of Wolverhampton is a deprived area. There's no offence to anyone who lives in Wolverhampton or surrounding areas, but that it is facts. Do you know what I mean? And they've got to take that into consideration. They haven't, and it's disgusting.
Right, so further on from that, he goes on to say, we do listen to fan feedback and we understand that price increases are unpopular, but our main aim is to ensure our prices are neither significantly higher nor lower than our peers. Our ticketing team has thoroughly researched and compares Wolves with other clubs. So, I know that you've compiled a load of things to back these theories and to sort of, give us a little bit of evidence towards what, even if it's against what they're saying as well. But for me, when they keep saying that they're listening to feedback and everything, when have they done something for the club that you've truly gone, right, okay, amazing, they are listening, blah, blah, blah. At the moment, all we want is more players for Gary O'Neill to do better at.
Do you want to know a fun fact?
And they've gone out their way and said that they can't invest and it needs to do this, that, and the other. And that's fair enough. But that's not listening to fan feedback. That's just doing what you want to do and screwing the middleman. So, Kyle, what did you want to say? Sorry, mate.
I've just worked out 1% of a player's wage, the player wages, 1% does half of the Molyneux for the inflation. So if they took 1% of player wages, that would pay for half of the Molyneux season tickets. If they took 2%, they'd have problems sorted.
Anyway,
we wouldn't be it with this as fans. We wouldn't be it with it if they took 2% from the players. 2% is nothing for them.
We're going to talk about what those kind of things mean in a minute, in terms of comparing us to other clubs and stuff. But yeah, he goes on to say, I believe our prices reflect a fair and reasonable balance based on our current position, past growth, and future aspirations. I'm going to start with this part. I'm going to really try to calm down here because this is probably one of the worst parts of the whole thing. Let's break down what he's saying there. He's saying that the pricing that he's just about to inject into us all is a fair and reasonable balance based on our current position. We are 14th. And the reason we are in as much shit as we were for this season is because they didn't back the club. And they did stupid shit like spending so much money on all these different players. So that's just ridiculous. To say that the pricing's based upon our current position. What current position? A struggling mid-table side? A side that you thought was going to get 17th. That's what they came out and said. They predicted that we'd go 17th. So how is that based upon that price, based upon our position? That's bullshit. And as for past growth, well, you already said that you're doing a different business model this time, Jeff. You've said that you're doing a different business model. You're doing what Brighton's doing. So you're not going forward with what we did originally. That didn't work. So now you're trying something else, and we get that. But that's not growth, because we haven't seen if it's actually going to work yet. We're relying on something that might not even actually work. Relying on just selling assets and buying cheaper players and ensuring that, we've got more players to sell and we keep going and whatever. It could work, it really could, but saying that there's growth in that and then saying that there's future aspirations around that is just bollocks. Because we don't know that. You're saying that the money's gone up based on what might happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to raise the money, it needs to be like, you know, if we do something that's worth it. And we haven't done that. Not to this extent. Not 17%. You can honestly, you can fucking do one at this point. I'm actually fuming at that. That's ridiculous.
Do you remember what we said yesterday, Dan, on the live yesterday when we said that we were predicted like the bottom half, the relegation, but then we've actually got 14th. You know what? Where it says here, based on our current position, they will actually see that as overachieving. And it's, to us, it isn't, because that's what we expect as fans. We expect our team to go out and put 110% in every game.
Another thing
But
as
they
well,
will see it.
He literally contradicts himself in the same statement, because he says there's future aspirations, but then further down says that we shouldn't be, you know, thinking that there's going to be this, that, and the other. Mate, you fucking came out when we went up into the Premier League and said that we were going to be the next Man City. So that is a ridiculous statement in itself, but that's fair enough. But you can't say that you've got future aspirations now, when down the line in the same fucking statement you say that we shouldn't be, you know, over analysing the future. What aspirations have you even got? I don't fucking get it. The whole thing makes no sense. I'm sorry, it makes absolutely no sense. John, what do you think about that? Because for me, that's the worst part.
I think you've covered a lot. I just think he says one thing and then kind of further down changes it. I think I can understand why they're changing different strategies now, because it hasn't worked signing big players for big money, and they're trying to focus now and do more of a Brighton approach where you buy young, hungry players and hopefully keep a few and then sell a few to make massive profits, like what Brighton have done with Chelsea, and then try and rebuild. But the fact that they're trying to get more money through the fans already in an area in Wolverhampton where people are struggling, cost of living is crazy at the moment, gas bills, interest rates, everything's gone crazy, and to really target families, because they're targeting, really, if you look when I go over the prices, children and stuff, and it's just terrible, really. So yeah, it's just one of those things that I just think there's other ways to raise money if they needed it, if they were that desperate. You know what I mean? I think if they were just a little bit less greedy, and maybe all this increase was maybe halved. So maybe instead of seeing 13-40% increase, we saw a 7% increase. I think people could probably handle that, and then maybe they looked at making some extra money elsewhere, better investments, better sponsors, stuff like that. But yeah, there's not that much profit in the increase for them. I think it's around, is it £3 or £4 million profit? Someone worked it out. It's not that much money, really, when you actually think about it. That's like selling a fringe player, I don't know, Hodge to a championship side. It's minimal money when you think about how many people are generally affected.
Right. Anyway, it goes on to say, commercial growth is vital for our club's sustainability and competitiveness. While Premier League broadcasting revenue is indeed a major source of income, it is also easily offset by the club's wage bills. This means that our disposable income largely comes from commercial activities, including ticket sales, hospitality, and sponsorship. Well, we already talked about this yesterday, that we agree that a club can very much be a business and very much work around being a brand, and all of that's great. But what's really annoying, right, is that we are already doing all these things. And we saw yesterday that we've actually had an increase in all of these things. None of these things are decreasing to the point where you have to put an extra bit of percent on what we already pay. None of these things needed that much growth in such a massive spurt. It's ridiculous. Like,
The
if you're
only
going to
thing
do
I can think,
it should be a gradual thing. It's
the
just
only
an
thing I can think
enormous
is when,
incline.
when we pulled that graph up yesterday, the 22-23 graph. The only thing I can think of is that 23-24 graph is drastically different. But why? I don't understand why yet. And this is what I'm trying to work out. It's why I'm a bit quiet, because I don't get it. I don't understand why there's a need to push it up by that much. If you come out and tell us why, then maybe I'd understand a bit more. And I think the fans would probably understand a bit more. I'm not saying it's right, but I think people will have a better understanding. But just saying, oh, like, your support's invaluable to us, blah, blah, blah. Well, okay, we'll prove it then. Because at the minute, you're just shafting us.
Yeah. You're telling us to buy. You tell it. Imagine this, yeah. You're a business, yeah, and you sell a product. Okay, you sell a product, and you've been selling it for a while, and it's done well enough. All right, but then more people want to buy that product, so you increase it. Right? Do you increase it to a point that they can't afford it, or do you think with a logical brain and go, I'll just gradually increase it so that it can gradually grow with the club? Because it's not. The increase is far too much. It's actually disgusting. It's
Mate, you
disgusting.
look at when they did sugar tax. Look at when they put sugar tax on. Like, full fat Coke, for instance. That went up by, like, what, 20p? 50p in some places. That people will still pay it for a nice drink. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
But actually, it still rings alarm bells.
Yeah, I need to hear from the chat now. And then
Mate, I've just been reading some of the comments, and right,
we'll start.
I'm genuinely saddened by some of these comments.
Laura says fuming. Evening stew. It was think we'll have a half empty stadium next season.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I was thinking that earlier. I was like, what about if no one turns up because they can't even afford to bloody play? What does that? What message does that say to the players and Gary? Fucking hell, man.
So many people calling for protests
as well. He sent
him
an email. I don't get why we're not as important as season ticket holders. It's just well, you're the lifeblood of the club. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Fucking hell, I don't know. £450 more for 3 of us adults, one child. Sorry about that, Veronica. It's just.
We are genuinely sorry.
Yeah, good afternoon. I am sure you have been inundated.
This was her email, by the way, Dan. This was her email to Wolves. Oh,
fantastic. Not too disappointed with our club and the board for football as a business that is respected. That's, yeah. Fair play. You literally just echoing what we're all thinking. So fair play, Nicky.
Yeah.
FOSUN are a disgrace, says John. They say they don't make a lot of season ticket holders, so why tape us prices with the cost of living? That's the thing, isn't it? Like, we're in an economic crisis, and they do it now to this extent. I will pay it not for Jeff Shee or FOSUN, but for my love. But that's the thing, innit? Most of us are still gonna pay to support the club, but it's just
I don't
ridiculous.
know if most. I don't know most. I don't think most people will.
They set up focus groups, including a ticketing one with fans. How can this be the outcome? Exactly, yeah. Exactly. They already come out and asked what our opinion was of this whole situation before it even unfolded. And then they were just like, we'll just pull the rug under your feet while you're at work.
The only reason they did that is because Nottingham Forest did the same.
FOSUN will bear the blunt of the anger, but as we've seen with the cost of operations, it has more to do with the global macro environment. The world is in a really shit place.
I agree and disagree with that, because Yeah, the world is in a shit place and everything has gone up, but nothing's gone up this much. Why Wolves?
Yeah, Tom says they will happily blow 35 million gamble on unknown Portuguese 18-year-old. Don't talk about my boy like that. No, I'm just kidding. Not too sure if I can justify renewing my family season ticket at this time round, especially the way we limped the season out. No inspiration whatsoever. FOSUN out. Fuck off back to China, says Jason. Money will be available. It won't be a lot. Like a lot of businesses, football will now have to work within its means. Guys, all these comments, fantastic. 600 of you here, by the way. Get involved as much as you can.
Keep sharing it as well, guys, because this will blow up. We want to get this to Jeff Shee. We want him to be watching with you.
Let's protest Saturday afternoon, 3 p.m. outside the ground. The thing is, Colin, nothing. You can easily protest this from your living room seat, mate. Being out there in front of the stadium, they don't give two shits. Especially with no games on at the moment. What are we what? It could be outside anywhere. Really.
I think the only way you're going to protest is by not renewing your season ticket and nobody turning up to the first game of the season.
That's true, yeah. Andrew says, what a piss take. Yeah, I heard that one earlier. Sorry, guys, I've been already notified that I ain't paying £100 more to be fucked over by VAR. Well, that's the thing. That's another thing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? This season's been absolutely plagued with VAR, and people were already saying they weren't paying money to renew the season ticket. So what makes them think they're going to do it now? Like, could you pick a worse season? You literally came out, Jeff, and literally said to everybody how fuming you were with VAR and that it needs to go. And then you just, like, do this. It's just ridiculous. It's like you've put yourself in such a stupid, shitty situation now. Stu says he hasn't read The Room. Is anything we can do collectively? Mortgage increase, fuel prices, ridiculous food chopper. Me and my hubby cannot afford this and cannot get our kids' tickets by us. I'm angry and so sad. I'm 42 this year and I had a season ticket for about 27 years. Laura, honestly, you're not alone.
Wow.
It's going to affect everybody. This is.
I'm sorry for everyone, but especially people like Laura, man. Like,
Are we for sale? I just saw something about it. The thing is, Ellie, that they've said over and over again, if a suitor comes in that are going to offer them a decent amount, they'll sell. But that's every club ever. That's Man United. That's everyone. Do you know what I mean? Someone comes in for a good fee, you're likely to jump ship. You just are. Totally wrong. Team is getting weaker each year. Stadium is looking old. They can't even be a service right at the half time, and they have to cheat to raise season tickets. FOSUN out. Well, hilariously, Luke, that the people that are behind your wonderful, terrible pint that hasn't been poured properly, that is the same merchandising team that's going to be making our shirts next season. That's going to be fun, isn't it? It'll be like beer mats. We bought Silva for what he could be. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Cunha, on the other hand, did. But that's the thing. I don't mind if we take the risk on players with a lot of money. But in the situation that we're in, we shouldn't have done that.
I think that used to be my football coach.
Yes. Nice one.
Mate, John, I swear to God, if that's you used to call me Buzz Lightyear. I swear to God. If that is John, mate, I will actually cry. He started my love of football. Sorry.
Class.
That would be a really emotional moment for me if that's John. If that's the John I think it is.
Yeah, you'd have to put it in the comments.
Comment right now.
Yeah. Both VAR and our club have been screwed over as if the season didn't finish flat enough. Now this, says Daryl.
I think that's the biggest problem at the moment with VAR as well. Like when you're in the stadium, you don't know if you can celebrate a goal or not. You don't know if it's going to be allowed. And I think the atmosphere now, you can tell, is just shit in the stadium. It's not just at Wolves, it's in other teams as well. Other teams that have been really screwed over. Brighton have had some really bad decisions. And the fact that less people are going to go to stadiums now and then they do something like this, like even if they didn't have an increase and it was the same price and they froze it, I think there'd be less people renewing it just because of VAR as it was. because that itself is ruining the game, let alone increases. So, yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how many people will be in the stadium next year or next season.
Yeah, exactly. But that's it though, isn't it? Like how many times have we ranted about VAR and as a club in general? This ain't gonna help that, is it? This isn't gonna help. What was it? What did Jeff say? Something about in that VAR statement. He obviously talked about the fact that it ruins the immersion in stadiums. Well, you've literally tarnished it yourself now. Do you know what I mean? You've probably made it 10 times worse. So well done. Like I really don't get what all this was for at all, to be honest. Anyway, commercial growth is vital for our club's sustainability and competitiveness. While Premier League's broadcasting revenue is indeed a major source of income, it is also easily offset by the club's wage bills. This means that our disposable income largely come from commercial activities, including ticket sales, hospitality and sponsorship. We got there, that we talked about that just. This revenue is the key difference between us and the biggest clubs that we have to compete with in the Premier League, and it is an essential area for us to grow over time. So you're saying that you think that we can compete with Man City just because you've put more money on the fucking turnstiles? Is that what you're trying to say, Jeff? Because that makes no sense whatsoever. Just because more money's coming into the club, yeah, okay, it might buy us better players, but we're never going to be competitive with the biggest teams anyway. So that's a stupid thing to say as well. Like, how in the fuck is Wolves going to ever be as good as a top 6 team when you won't invest in the fucking team that you're talking about? You literally said you won't invest in the club, but you want us to be competitive with other teams. Like, that makes no fucking sense. I'm sorry. So our head coach, his team and squad have put in tremendous effort to ensure our club competes in the highest level on the pitch this season, and we move into our 7th successive season in the Premier League. We will continue to keep processing and supporting them as much as we can. Your support is invaluable to us, and we are committed to keep growing Wolves to make our pockets... No, he's not saying that. Wolves to make the club a strong and sustainable presence in top-tier English football. It's like he got AI to write that. That's what it feels like. He literally put that through a fucking AI program and then just pressed enter. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't come across like a human being has fucking sat there with a typewriter, because he fucking probably does use a fucking typewriter. He's so behind in the fucking times. What do you think about that, Kyle?
I'm just reading some of these comments now, and it's one, I'm waiting for John Phones to comment, and 2, yeah. I'm genuinely saddened for everybody involved. I just think it's really upsetting. The fact that FOSUN come out and said they're not going to invest into the club. We don't know how much they can or cannot invest yet, because the pricing and the balance sheet hasn't come out. But we shouldn't be getting dick like this, man. It's mental.
John,
genuinely mental.
What's your opinions of his last comments about the fact that he says your support is invaluable to us, and we are committed to keep growing Wolves to make the club strong and sustainable as a presence in the top tier of English football? What is your sort of initial view of that?
I think supporters really and fans in the stadium can be almost like an extra player on the pitch. And I think you can get behind teams and in one way get more wins if you've got the fans behind you. And I think stuff like this, for how much money it's actually going to cost them in increase in revenue, a few million. I think if they just made it a reasonable increase, they would have had fans in the stadium come the start of the season, back in the team. They're going to back them anyway, but I just think the atmosphere would be better. They're probably going to have more on the side of the players, probably get more wins, therefore maybe get a better position in the stadium. I just think they've risked it all to make a few quid. And I know it's not a few quid, but to a football club, you think about player wages, you think about transfers. They're doing all this for a few million extra, really. And it's just scraping the barrel. And I just think it's upset too many fans now. Was it worth it just to upset so many fans? I just don't think they've really realised what they've done. As I say, they've treated it as a business and not as a club that's 150 years old and genuine fans. The whole city loves the club and they're just treating it like a business.
So
I've just pulled that one up there. Oh, sorry, go on. I
Sorry,
didn't
John.
Go on, you do yours first.
Were you finished? Sorry, John.
Yeah, order, mate.
Yeah. All right. So Nicky said, we now know why they waited so long to release the prices. Imagine.
Makes sense.
Imagine Molinuex was already toxic as fuck the last game, by the way. They left before a lot of them. I stayed there, to be fair, at the end to watch, the players rightly get their commendations and what have you. That's brilliant. But a lot of people left, and just before that, just remember, we lost very convincingly to Crystal Palace. Very convincingly. So, I'm sorry, they've just waited and waited and waited for that to simmer down. Done a lovely piece on mental health. Made the club feel like it's fucking the best thing ever. And it's supporting everybody, regardless of your sex, all these things. But in reality, as long as you're putting money through the door, they couldn't give a shit who you are. You could be Adolf Hitler and fucking walk through, and they'd be like, "Oh shit, Adolf! Oh, actually, if you just put money through. Oh, sick. Yeah, no worries. Get your seat. No worries, mate. Oh, someone was already sat there. Ah, fuck them. Don't matter. Who cares? Who gives a shit? It's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, you've pulled up a comment, Kyle. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I've pulled that one up. So Simon said, I emailed fan services straight after the announcement of the increases to cancel my renewal. They replied within half an hour to say, sorry you feel this way. And that was that. Says it all. I actually know someone who works for fan services at the Molinuex, and I can assure you now, she has had the day from hell. She's literally messaged me today saying, I am so done with this day, because you're not the only one who's been saying stuff, but they literally can't do anything. So I'm actually going to back them. I completely understand where you're coming from, Simon, and you're well within your rights to think and email, and cancel. Absolutely. There's so many people that would have done the same, but please don't take it out on the staff at Molinuex, because it's way higher than
it's
them.
A hierarchy
it's
problem,
way over
not
their heads.
Yeah. True.
Just make sure, I just want to say, everyone be respectful to the staff who are dealing with this, because, our complaints are.
It's not like they
are complaints. It's not their fault. Do you know what I mean? If you want to get to anyone, get to Jeff Shee, man. Get him on the phone.
John, we're going to talk now about the nitty-gritty of the season ticket, and also just ticket prices and the comparisons of all of the ones that we know about at the moment. So,
yeah, okay, I've got it on the screen in front of me. Let me go through them. So Billy Wright Central Adult are now gone from £939, which has gone up by £106, which is a 12.7% increase. And £939 now, £106 up. Steve Bull has reportedly gone up by £113 from last year, which is a 16% increase. Billy Wright Central for 65 and above, £704, which has gone up £115, which is a 19.5% increase. Family enclosure adult has gone up from £635 to £780, which is a 23% increase. Billy Wright Central under 21s is now £704, which has gone up £199, which is a 39.4%. So you can see now the youngsters, it's going up for them. Under 21s, 39.4% increase. Now this is the real shocking one. family enclosure child under 14 has gone from £105 to £245, which is a 130% increase. And then a few other prices that we know of. North Bank is now £735. South Bank is £735, which is roughly about £2 a month if you think about 9 months of a year that we watch football there. If you think about the January break, pre-season, 9 months worth of football, you're paying £82 a month. So £735 for South Bank and North Bank. Steve Bull's £835, so that's one of the more expensive. And Billy Wright Upper is £989, which is the most expensive. And there is more, but that's what we've got so far. I know there's more knocking around, but we need to get confirmed figures on them.
Cheers, John. Yeah, I mean, we've gone over, obviously, all the figures there that we know about at the moment, and some of them are absolutely just not even shocking. There's words that surpass that for me. This is like a fever dream. I feel like in a minute, I'm just going to wake up and Jeff's actually going to say, "Oh, yeah, here's all the nitty gritty," and then I'd have been like, "Oh, that's fine." But no, we're in reality where people under 14 are paying 130% more. Let that sink in. Just think about someone you might bring in the family enclosure part. It's it's abysmal. It is embarrassing, and it's honestly, I'm just fucking. I don't even know what to say, guys. Or if you want to just talk about those figures, Kyle, because
mate, it's mental, isn't it? It starts at like 12.7% and goes up to 130%. 130% increase. You are joking me. And like you say, it's not only adults. Everybody is getting dicked because you've got adults in there. And actually, if you're going as an adult, it's a little bit cheaper than if you're a kid.
Yeah.
Essentially.
You know why,
what I mean?
though,
Why are kids getting it? Why are kids getting... What? Mate, kids just going to try and love football, man. It's the adults giving VAR shit and that.
You know what it is, don't you?
Know what I mean?
You know what this is, don't you? They've literally looked at percentages and just gone with whatever it meant. And the percentages probably meant that there was less money coming in from that sort of region. So they've gone, right, that's it then. You know, I've just typed loads of shit. I'm looking. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, they've literally just they've just gone, boop, and then that's it. That's it, done. They've not thought about this at all.
I did see Liam Keane tweet saying that there was another area, I think with one of the kids' areas, that's 176%. But he didn't confirm the actual numbers, but it's 176% increase. I think that's around the same kind of area. But yeah, it's terrible. To be honest, I don't know what other teams or clubs, how much they charge kids. So I don't know if they're just trying to match that. But it just seems very, very excessive.
But even if you are matching it, like, you've got to have a reason to do it. Like, Villa have done absolutely amazing this season, and they're in the Champions League. What the fuck am I paying more money for next season? What am I? What, mid-table mediocrity and, buying a shirt with fucking Che Adams on the back? Like, what? That sounds like I'm being a knob, but I'm sorry. The amount of money you're asking for there is like watching us play Bayern Munich and fucking, you know what I mean? Like, that ain't gonna be the reality, is it? That ain't the reality. And another thing as well, do you not think this is gonna alienate the Korean fans? Because haven't they got to pay like a fuckload of money to get over here in the first place?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So why are you trying to think of you're just putting all of your eggs in one basket? You haven't thought about how this affects certain people. And Sativa's completely correct. Palace, 0% rise.
And what a season they've just had, by the way. That's why I
And-
highlighted that.
and
I'm going
to
to
be
let you
fair,
click on
they're
these
my
comments
dark-
down because I don't want to keep pulling stuff up. But I
No,
had
that's
to pull
fine.
that one up.
They're my dark horse. Next
I
season,
think there'll be a lot of
Palace.
people's dark horse, to be honest, next season.
They've got
I
a
think they've
great
got
manager.
a great manager.
And I think they've got some good signings coming in from what I've seen. They've got some money to spend.
Stephen says over on X, love the stream, guys, but I'm gutted tonight. I've had my season ticket for 23 seasons. I'm just thinking about giving it up now. I can't believe the increase, but it's okay for Jeff Shee. There's loads on the waiting list to replace me, but surely that waiting list will shrink now.
Oh, it's got
Well,
to.
The thing is as well,
got to.
what ambition does it show? Because if you're not selling out, if it's going to get worse and worse now and you're not selling out the stadium, are they just doing it so we don't have to increase capacity? Do you know what I mean?
Could be doing it, yeah.
Is that
Could
why
be the
they're
reason.
doing it? Because they
They
know
could be
for a fact
increasing
that
so we do get the money to increase capacity. Nobody knows why. Is it going into the transfer market? Is it going on other things? Look, but like John said, it's not a lot for them because it's like 3 or 4 million.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that in football is not a lot at all, really.
Yeah.
The only thing I will touch on there is again what we were talking about last night with the financial fair play, that we can afford to lose 15 million as a club. So are they trying to claw some of that back? Are we actually in a bigger financial problem than what they're letting on? I genuinely don't know. I don't have any answers for it, and it's really annoying me because I like to be clued up on everything.
I mean, Julian Lopetegui's just joined West Ham, and I've been saying for ages that he's just a fucking crybaby and everything about FOSUN. But if he was told a lot more than they're letting on, then fair play for fucking leaving. To be fair, and that comes from a horrible place because I literally have never said that statement about Julian Lopetegui. I always thought it was an absolute stupid joke what he did to this club, but. If this is how the owners are, then fuck them. Like, I just get rid of them, man. Honestly,
I was all for backing FOSUN, and
dude,
and
every
just
single
saying,
video I've made on this channel has been pro FOSUN. I have
Yeah.
never ever been angry with our owners over anything because they've always had something to back up. There is fucking no excuse for this. No excuse.
they need to come out very, very soon, like tomorrow, and say why they've done it.
There's no
Because
excuse for this.
it's mad. Everyone is just like, what the fuck has just hit us? Like
Everyone's
it's
going to expect
nuts.
some. Everyone's going to expect some really big signings now.
It's got to be.
Got to be.
And to be honest, do you know what I think? To be honest, everyone who renews or buys a season ticket should get a free shirt.
They'll never do that, will they? Oh well, they might now because they fucking own the brand. They might go, well, we ain't losing any money.
Mate,
on that.
it's just one little like, and I
I'll
still
use that.
don't think that
Oh,
you know, I still don't think it'd work, but at least give something back. Just even something like a
the
shirt.
last thing I got was a fucking stress ball. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if they don't say,
You're going to need that now.
Fucking hell, mate, I'm gonna have to dig it out.
Have membership prices gone up, by the way? Do we know?
I don't know.
I don't think they announced them yet. They haven't
Have
announced the single tickets, have they?
No, not yet. There's rumours though they're going up by about, I think it's between £4 and £7 a ticket.
Fuck.
So again, that's steep. Considering it was like 40, but what was it, about 43 to 47 quid anyway?
Yeah, it's gonna be loads now.
So it's gonna be high 40s, early 50s.
Kids want sweets and crisps, go to Asda. Yeah, literally. They'll have a fucking field day
Absolutely.
over in Asda now.
Oh yeah.
That's
if anyone can afford to go there anymore.
Yeah, so Kyle, we've reached the point where we're
Let's
going
do
to
it.
compare some evidence now.
Yeah, man. So
if
this
you
is
wanna-
touching on what.
Also,
what
just before you
FOSUN said.
start, I
go
do
on.
know that we are pushing for time for John. So, John, do you want to leave now and we'll carry on?
Yeah, that's all right, mate.
Yeah,
Sound John,
Right.
absolute legend, mate.
nice one,
No
John.
problem.
I'll see you again. See you
Catch
later,
you in a
mate.
bit, pal.
Cheers, mate. Bye, lads. Bye.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought I'd
quality.
just let
No,
him go.
not sound, mate. Sound. I completely forgot, to be honest.
Yeah, sound. So, what's the first comparison that you want to make, mate?
We've got Matt Bowden said memberships this season are £45 plus.
Poster package. Is that what that means? I think that's what that means.
Post and packaging, yeah. Fair enough.
We might have lost Kyle. All right. I'll do it then. Kyle will be back in a minute, guys. So, what we wanted to talk about was comparing Everton, who finished a place below us this year. So when we were talking about what Jeff was saying about, other clubs and everything.
Sorry, guys. Sorry
That's
about
all
that.
right, Carl. I'm just saying that the
Just got a
reason that
phone
we're
call.
doing the comparisons is because if you look at Jeff's statement,
Mm-hmm.
he is comparing clubs. He is comparing us to other clubs, and that's the reason as to why he's done it.
Mm-hmm.
So now, John, do you want to talk about the first club we're going to talk about? He might be getting a phone call again. So the first club we're going to talk about is Everton, guys. Okay? So I'm going to show you now. Okay? I'm going to show you now Everton's pricing.
Mm.
You back, Kyle? No, it keeps going off. So their pricing, as you can see, considering when they were below us in the table, and they've got a new stadium coming as well, so these prices might change for that.
I'm back.
You all good?
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. So to
So
tell the missus I was live. She didn't realise.
No, carry on. So what I've got it up here then. So these are the Everton prices.
Yeah, so it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out how different they actually are. Could you pull up ours as well? I don't know if we can do that. Can you put them next to each other? You're more of a wizard at this than me.
Can't really put them next to one another. I tried to do it earlier. So if you just talk about those Everton ones for now, I'll get the.
I've got them here anyway. On what they are. So, let me pull the Everton one up on mine as well. But as you can see there, guys, that Everton just, same sort of stature, bit of a bigger stadium at Goodison. Obviously, as we know, they're building that new one. But yeah, even if we just look at that and go, okay, what's the crack here? Let's have a look. So their family enclosure, right, is where adults £555. Our adult enclosure £780, and it was last season £635. So we were already like £80 above them anyway. And now we are £225 above them,
which is just absolutely ridiculous.
It's crazy.
But guys, look, I'm looking right at the camera because I need to say this to you right now. He's done his research. All right, Jeff's done his research, and he's looked.
Well,
at
Jeff
all
hasn't.
of
The
other
marketing
clubs.
team have.
The ticketing team and the marketing team have done their research very nicely, very well. But Everton's are cheaper.
Bearing in mind, guys, this took me probably 10-15 minutes to find. Like all this took me 10-15 minutes. But right, Everton finished a place below us. Yeah, they got a similar stature to us. They're the only team who's never been relegated from the Premier League, from the top flight. They're the only team. Bit of history and bit of fact for you. Good quiz question as well. So if anything, theirs should be higher than ours.
Yeah,
but it's not. Let's have a look at their Sir Philip Carter Park stand. right, which is their most expensive one. Okay, that's £740 for an adult.
Yeah.
Our most expensive is the Billy Wright Upper at £989. That's £11 off a grand, by the way, for one ticket for 19 games.
Sorry. I don't know why that sent me into hysterical laughing.
Let
I
me
just
just-
thought
let
you
me just
told an
work that out.
stupid joke. I just thought you just told a joke there. I thought that was the punchline.
Let me just
But
work
that's the
this out.
reality. That is actually reality, isn't it? We're not just
Yeah.
thinking that, are we? We're not just...
Bear with me a second. Let me just work this out.
Fucking hell, man.
Okay,
I
so there's
mean,
19 home games, yeah?
yeah.
£52 a game, that is. £52 and 5p a game. So surely they're going to put single tickets around the £55 to £60 mark.
Yeah.
Can we just take that in a minute? Like, to buy a ticket last season, it was what, 42, 45 quid, something like that?
Yeah.
Now, for a season ticket holder, people who are supposed to be saving money, it's £52 and 5p in the Billy Wright Upper.
Fucking hell, man.
What the hell? 52 quid?
By the way,
let's
guys,
go on
while
that
there's
cheapest one a sec.
Well, there's 819 of you, 820 now. Thank you. Please get involved in the comments. I'm going to try and bring as many up as I possibly can before we end the stream, and before anything that I feel like we'll need to talk about, something that's current to whether the conversation's going and what have you. We're currently looking at other teams and comparing their current prices. Going on next season, by the way, these aren't prices that are going to change. These are prices that are currently going ahead next season, and comparing them to ours, and then sort of making less sense, if anything, of Jeff's letter to the fans in the emails that we've received today. Because if anything, it tarnishes it even more, because it just makes him look even more stupid than he did when he started.
What I do want to say is work it out. See if it's worth getting a season ticket, because I'm working it out here and it's not worth it to me. In the Northall Safe Bank, right, 735 quid. That works out at £38.68p a game.
Yeah. Peter says Crystal Palace is £100 cheaper.
Yeah. People will be Googling this right now. And
for a much better footballing side at the moment. Just saying.
Yeah. £38.68p a game. You're genuinely better off going to the games you can make. Because I know season ticket holders, they have certain games in the season that they can't make, like weddings or whatever. Genuinely buy a single ticket or tickets together for the games you can make, because our cheapest season ticket at the moment is £735 for an adult, and that works out at £38.68p a game. So yeah, you're probably saving, if you were to buy them all as it stands, you're probably saving about £6 a game, £7 a game, with what our single price tickets will be. I'd imagine now that would probably be about £20 a game you're saving. I reckon it's going to be somewhere in the £58 mark to buy a single ticket to go to watch the Wolves now. I reckon it's going to be average between 50 and 60
Andy
quid.
says, in previous seasons, those who paid by direct debit were automatically enrolled to an auto renewal. This will now also apply to season tickets renewed by card. He did carry on with that statement. Oh yeah, so you need to cancel, or they will take the money off your card. If that's true, that is an absolute joke.
Wow.
That's fucking theft. That's ridiculous, man. Jacob said, this is interesting. We want the club to invest more. I'm going to just take this away for now. We want the club to invest more and sign more players. Where does everyone think the money is coming from? The thing is, Jacob, and that's fair play. You know, you're entitled to your opinion. But there is a difference in increasing by a small percentage and having that percentage slowly increase where it makes sense. We just had a good season for what we had, you know, what we were dealt with. But I'm sorry, we didn't warrant this much money.
The club's only going to see about 3 or 4 million of this, by the way. This will only get about 3 or 4 million to the club. We're getting fucked over a lot more than the club. There's so many other avenues where money comes from. Broadcasting is something that needs to go up. Gate receipts, which is your season ticket and stuff like that. Commercial, that again comes under that sort of stuff. Sponsorships and stuff like that. Wages and salary needs to come down because we'll save a shit ton of money there. Selling players
that's why
and transfer market. That's another one.
Gone.
Well,
because he's a high player, so he's fucking gone then, isn't
he? Yeah, player amortization, bonuses and stuff like that. Like, what is going on? Why are we giving players these massive bonuses? Is it to get them to play better? Because it's not necessarily working, is it?
No.
Yeah, they're playing better, but it's still not good enough. We're scoring more goals, but it's still not amazing, is it?
Eddie said the most expensive season ticket at the Villa is £752. Our cheapest is £735.
Wow.
For a bed.
And Villa's more of a shithole than us.
Well, the thing is as well, it's also not even judging on the area. It's not even judging on the club. It's judging on their current, you know, predicament, and they are doing very well, flying high, and we are very much struggling, and it's just ridiculous.
Look at that. Fabio Silva has earned 4.1 million per goal for us. Where do you think the money has gone? We've still got 4.1 million. No jokes. That's just mad. Like, per goal, 4 million. Jeez.
Don't talk about him.
It's crazy.
They don't mean it, Fabio. They don't mean it, mate. You're all right.
There's money that comes from other avenues, is what I'm trying to say. Let's compare what we are now to Brighton. Again, similar team to us, similar capacity, similar stature, blah, 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 blah. Let's pull theirs up and have another look.
Well, they've got a fancy table. Hang on. I have to fucking squeeze it in. Can you see everything? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, go on.
So, where are we here now? Let me get that as well. Yeah. Right.
I was joking about Fabio, by the way. I just can't. I can't bring myself to take it down because my missus bought it me.
Okay, so let's have a look at this one this time. So we've got here now. There we go. Right. For the Brighton, their most expensive one is 965 quid. So they've had quite a bit of an inflation as well. Ours is 989 for our most expensive. That looks to me to be a little bit worse than ours, because that looks like Zone E. No matter
but they've
who
had
you
more
are,
European football.
how old you are.
They've had more European football. They've got a better running club anyway. So you know that you're about to watch some fucking good football.
Mm.
What else? You know, De Zerbi's gone, but did that matter when their previous manager, Graham Potter, left? No, they didn't give a shit. I think Brighton are one of the clubs that should pay a little bit. You should have to pay a little bit more to go and watch them. Maybe not to that extent. Fucking hell, it's ridiculous. But still, it's better than what we're expecting from next season from Wolves.
Mm.
I love
This
Wolves
is
to
literally
pieces. I
just
fucking
going off
love
what.
them.
This is
But-
literally just going off what Jeff Shee said, by the way, guys. So don't shoot me down for comparing it to Brighton because
No,
this is going off.
This is literally.
He specifically said
Yeah.
those were the similar fan base size, stadium capacities, and sporting achievements. So that's why I've picked these clubs. If you think I'm wrong, then I'm sorry, but these are the ones we're going to use as examples. That looks to me, that E going all the way across, no matter how old you are, you're going to be paying £960 for your season ticket. They've got a little note there down on Zone F, which says this zone is the exclusive family area with no more than 2 adults permitted to accompany anyone under 18. So let's have a look at that. Let's go with their family enclosure and our family enclosure. So, they've got under 16s, we've got under 14s. Sorry, they've got under 18s, we've got under 14s. So they're under 18s.
Mm-hmm.
Great news for the 17-year-olds at Brighton, by the way. Is £160. Very affordable, if you ask me.
Is there under 10s in it?
No, under 18s.
Where's that?
In
Oh,
the
160
first
quid.
column
Yeah,
across.
I see it.
160,
Sorry, yeah. Carry on. Sorry.
No, it's all right. I had to double check then. And then under 14s, bearing in mind, these are people who can't get a job because they're not old enough and they're still in school, unless it's a paper round or washing your dad's car, something like that. Pocket money. I don't think your pocket money's going to get you £245 though, Wolves. But a 16 to 18-year-old at Brighton, £160. Couple of decent shifts, that. Know what I mean?
Right, I'm going to move that a sec because we've had a
decent.
lovely couple of comments here. So Dragos, who is an absolute bloody legend, supported us from the start. He says, we are 20 people now, and if we can press the like button to support the watched content for free. So over on YouTube, we've got 20 people watching, but in general, we've got 903 people watching right now.
Class.
And Duot Sativa says, yeah, guys, like and subscribe, share, it costs now and helps the channel grow. Absolutely perfectly put.
Yeah,
man. It's ridiculous how much it actually helps us grow, because the algorithm literally goes, oh, how many subscribers have they got? It doesn't matter about the content that you're producing on a regular basis. They just go, oh, what's that figure? You know what I mean? So we need it to grow to keep going and stuff.
Yeah, man. Class. There's another one there. Yeah, I was just about to click that one.
I did it before you know, didn't I?
I know you did. I'm gonna leave clicking to you, mate. You click quicker than I do, and you're more glued up on this. I'm just here to talk shit. Nah.
You're doing
anyway,
a fantastic job.
Cheers, man. I appreciate that.
Who are we talking about next?
And you. We will move to Brighton's adults in D block.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Let's go to their under 21s / over 65s.
Yeah.
Because we've got an over 65s area as well. So, Billy Wright Central 65 plus are now £704. Excuse me. That's gone up £199 for a pensioner. Okay.
Oh my god. Man.
Okay. 590 at Brighton. A bit more affordable. As last year, by the way, in the Billy Wright fraud, a over 65 was £115 less than what it is now. 704 quid for pensioners. Incredible, isn't it? Absolute wowzer.
Sorry.
Let's pull up
Go on.
Manchester City.
Oh, that small team that he compared
That
us to.
really small team. Let's pull up Manchester City, shall we?
The one he compared us to, and said that
Yeah.
you know, if we want to grow to that length, we've got to put loads of your money through the door that you can't afford.
Yeah. Let's pull them up.
There we go. There they are.
Just getting on it as well.
They've got some fancy ass shit. They have. Yeah.
Well, they can afford it, can't they? Oh, look at that. That's a nice little... Oh, okay. All right, so go on to the map at the top. The first one that comes in, we'll go off that one. So what do you reckon, guys? Where should we choose to sit at Man City?
Well, there's going to be a lot of fucking seats to choose from. So, you know what I mean? Pick. Where do you want to go to watch him win the fucking Premier League again? Christ.
Pick a stand.
Let's go to, you know what, Kyle? Let's go to the area where they make loads of noise. The away end. Sorry, I'm done. Sorry,
that's good. That's good. Have they got a bit for the VAR fans?
Yeah, it's called a box.
Yeah,
where they bring their families.
It's called Stockley Park. All right, Molly. How's it going?
She is.
She is.
Here she is.
Wish my missus would come and give me some support.
Too busy trying to call you.
I know, yeah. What are you doing? Talk to me. No, I love her. She's a good egg.
Go on. Talk about
City.
in
the family stand.
Get off your chest, son.
No comments. They're not bothered, are they? Just sit wherever. It's still going to be as expensive. Okay, let's have a look.
It don't really matter, does it? Sit wherever. Yeah.
Let me try and find their most expensive ticket. It's looking like the... Oh, okay. Here we are. Premium seats.
Where's that?
Okay.
At the bottom. Oh,
so this is...
Here
premium seats.
Now you're talking. That's my seat there.
So this is like boxes and shit, by the way. Okay. So for a box at Man City, for an adult, it's between £1,425 to £1,600. Our most expensive ticket was £11 shy of £1,000, by the way.
Hang on, 2 seconds. I need to come off camera a minute.
£11 shy of £1,000. That's for a standard ticket in the Billy Wright Upper.
By the way, when I laugh, guys,
standard adult ticket.
I don't mean that it's a funny situation.
Do they have a price for
the only
sitting
way...
on the toilet seat in the Colin Bell stand? Let's have a look at the Colin Bell stand. Let's go. Scroll up. Let's have a look, shall we? Colin Bell. There we are. Right. Colin Bell. Their most expensive ticket there looks to be on level 2. I'm guessing level 2 is like a pitch side view where they've got like a bit of a middle tier. I've never been to the Etihad, to be honest. £1,080. So that to me, I think, is their most expensive ticket. Let's just have a look on the map where that is. Colin Bell stand level 2. Colin Bell stand level 2. There, got ya. Right the way across the middle there. Can you see it?
Yeah.
The 200s.
Yeah, 227, all this shit, yeah.
Yeah. So that's your level 2. That's a pretty good view.
Yeah.
And that's £1,080. And £1,025 and £970. So for that £970, you can either sit and have arguably the best seat in the house at the Etihad, which are a 4-time back-to-back Premier League winning side, by the way. Or you can sit in the wonderful, sunny, immaculate Billy Wright Upper for £19 more. What are we doing, guys? What are you picking? Are you now supporting City or what? Don't support City. Wolves, Amy. But I'm just
Holy
saying, this is
shit,
the
man.
severity of the shit that we've got to. Right. Yeah. I can't
You don't know
explain
where
it,
to
mate.
go from
I
there,
can't.
do you?
What can I say? What can I actually say?
That's
Do you know what I mean?
hilarious.
940 people watching this now. What? Put your comments in there just about that.
Say it
For
again. Say it again.
£19
Say it again,
more.
so I can clip
Right.
it. Go on.
Okay, so
Hang on. Let me just do something real quick.
no, you're good. You're good.
Go on. Say what you just said.
So at the Etihad, on level 2, which is arguably the best seats in the house in the Colin Bell stand, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can pay £970 for a season ticket there. For this upcoming season, 4-time Premier League winning side, back to back, by the way. Okay, that's not even mentioning the Premier Leagues they've won before. Or, are you ready for this? You can pay an extra £19 and sit in the sunny, immaculate, suave,
Well painted, freshly
Billy Wright
painted.
upper. £19 more. Get your bargains while you can. What is going on? What is going on?
So you can make loads of noise in the Billy Wright stand and be
Yeah.
the only person doing it.
James just come on there. Trouble is, people pay this. This is the thing. What is going on? Right, ideally, right, a big football fan, big Wolves fan, you want to be sat in the South Bank, yeah? If you got kids or whatever, you want to sit in the family enclosure, fine. You want to sit in the South Bank if you're, going with a load of adults, going with the lads, you're going for the whole atmosphere,
For
the
noise.
chanting and all that, blah blah blah. You go, well, stand in the South Bank. So not much sitting, is it? So let's have a look at that. I don't know where the rowdy stand is at Etihad. Have they got one? So don't really
I just
sing a
told
lot,
you
do
the
they?
away stand. I've just said that.
Yeah. I reckon it's the South stand, isn't it? Behind the goal. So let's have a look there. South stand. Their South Bank to our South Bank. Again, level 2 looks popular. Can you pull that up, Dan? Or do you not? Actually, don't pull this one up. I'm gonna let
Okay.
you guess how much it is in the South stand. I'm
In
gonna
the
let
South
people
Bank?
guess. I'm gonna let people guess. No, the South stand at the Etihad. Level
the
2,
South stand
prime
at
view.
the Etihad.
Prime view. Okay. Level
I'm going to
2.
say in the
So there's no goalposts in the way.
in the 700
Go on.
mark. 700 and something.
High 700s, low 700s,
Yeah.
mid 700s. What we going?
I'm going to say mid 700s.
Mid 700s. Okay. What's
Yeah.
everyone else think? Before I do the big reveal. Dun, 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 dun. Stu said
says
750. Ellie 740.
40.
Bearing in mind our South Bank,
You best
the
not be
mighty
cheating, you
South
lot.
Bank, the mighty South Bank,
You lot are cheating,
735.
man.
Scott saying 720,
720.
580.
580.
Laura Smallwood,
She'd
I'd
pay
pay a
£1,000. But yeah, Laura,
You
you
can
got
get
some
my
money to borrow.
season ticket then. Cheers, Laura. Thanks for offering to pay off the Molyneux.
And this podcast is sponsored by Laura Smallwood.
Yeah. So, in the South Stand at the Etihad, their South Bank to our South Bank, it is £765. For our South Bank, the mighty Wolfpack, singing loud and proud.
Yeah.
£30 cheaper, 735. So for 30 quid, you can sing, chant,
Go mad.
watch the Wolves. Or you can watch a team that plays very attractive football. Probably their rowdiest stand, where all their singing goes along. Oh, I mean whispering goes. and watch them win titles for an extra 30 quid. I'm not saying be a City fan. Don't be a City fan. Support the Wolves because we are Wolves, are we?
The reason I wouldn't want to go to City is because I actually want to watch the game. I don't want to bounce around, with my back to the pitch like a twat. Should just host the rest of the show like that.
Yeah. We love VAR. We love VAR. We love VAR. This wheelie chair's good for something, mate. It's falling apart as well, but it was good for that.
All right.
Oh,
okay. Should we
we'll do
Man City before we
another comparison because we've gone top end of the table. We're gonna do one more comparison. Oh, God, so we're gonna go right to the bottom. The team that just survived, Nottingham Forest. Can we pull that one up?
I don't really want to because I've just looked at
there's many reasons
we look at this twat here.
Look at that prick. We don't really like Forest for multiple reasons, but they just survived. Okay. I would personally say Nottingham Forest are a smaller club than us.
They are now.
As much now. I'm going on now, yeah.
Yeah.
Not history. Please don't quote me on that. But yeah, now, in this day and age, let's have a look at their Peter Taylor stand, their blue area.
Uh-huh.
So, let's pull that up, shall we? For their adults. Oh, bearing in mind, can we just point out that their youth goes up to 19-year-olds?
Oh, right.
Interesting.
Carry on.
So for their adults in their most expensive stand, again, good pitch side view. We're going block C, D, 660 quid. 660 quid. That's their best seat in the house as an adult.
I'd go there just to call Gibbs White a knob for the rest of the game. Just the whole game. Knob. Yeah. Every time he touches the ball. Knob.
Yeah. 660 quid. Yeah. And there's a chance you might see the guy from Lab Baby there. 660 quid. For our cheapest adults, 735 quid.
And that's the cheapest.
That's the cheapest. And that was their most expensive. Yeah.
That's for you lot, that is. That's for you lot in council estates who can't afford to put your central heating on. Come on. Give it us. Give us that dollar. Because we need it.
Mm-hmm. Their cheapest, by the way, is for an adult £465. That's for this upcoming season. £465. Now, I don't mind that that's a bit cheaper, to be honest, because they have just, they've just survived relegation, and there's a chance they could be fighting a relegation battle again next season. And they've got a bit of FFP, by the way. They've got a bit of FFP and PSR charges ongoing.
They have to sell Gibbs White.
The Brian Clough is the same as our Steve Bull stand.
Design-wise.
Okay, so let's compare that. Brian Clough.
Christ.
The Brian Muff Clough.
Brian Clough.
What a manager, by the way. What a manager he was. Brian Clough. Okay, so it's the same as a Steve Bull, yeah? Okay. So their best seat in the Brian Clough is 660 quid. For our Steve Bull, 835 quid.
Bargain. Bargain that is, mate. Absolute bargain that is, mate.
Don't know what to say.
I'm buying
Genuinely
one right now.
Don't know what to say. What, in the Brian Muff?
Yeah. I'll be paying £835 for Steve Bull.
Look at that.
End,
Look at that bottom left corner.
£90.
90 quid.
Fucking hell, mate. No wonder they
They
fill
look
it up.
after their kids.
No wonder it's absolutely bloody full of fucking people
Well, the right thing here. 90 quid.
for their children. That's all right.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, but Jeff thinks about the kids, mate. Come on.
What's that? That works about four and a half quid a game.
Jeff thinks about the kids, though, mate. Come on. Talk
Mate,
about our
that's
kids.
what we should be doing, though.
No, yeah, but he does. He
Fucking
does.
doesn't.
And the elderly. He loves the elderly.
Here, scroll up. Scroll up on that.
Where am I scrolling?
Yeah, just them 4 paragraphs there. And that little bit above. There,
Oh, well.
stop. Let's just highlight that. Child prices from under £5 per match. That's amazing, to be fair. Hats off to Forest.
You
Youth
get
prices,
to see Nuno as well, by the way.
Youth prices £10 per match. Adult prizes from under £25 per match. And I know, like I say, they've just had a relegation battle. They could have very nearly gone down, blah, blah, blah. But they didn't. They're surviving. They're a Premier League club next season. They're still going to have the same teams going there as what we are. Do you know what I mean? Everyone gets to see everyone.
Let me just say something under that comment you just made. With our current form, if that had started the season, Gary wouldn't even be there now.
Mm.
So, are we much different to Forest other than the fact that we got enough points when we could?
Yeah.
Whereas they got fucked by PSR and all sorts of things.
Mm.
So I don't think we're much different to them. And I mean, we drew
But
to them
they've got
2-2.
They've got PSR ongoing, so surely
they
they
have.
need to be making more on commercial than we do.
No, they're just going to sell Morgan Gibbs White.
Oh, well, that would solve issues. But that just goes to show that their owners have actually got a bit more of a clue, because
We're trying to say
they're
that
not.
as don't.
Well,
Trying to
it's
say
starting
Jeff
to look
Shee doesn't
that
have a
way,
clue.
isn't it? It's starting to seem that way, isn't it? Because you look at it.
You leave that
You've
man
got-
alone. He has done wonders for this club.
I don't
He
think he's
bought
done a
my
bad
son.
job.
He bought my son. He did.
Do you know what? I'm not slating the work he has done, because until this come out, I had his back.
Mate, I've never said anything wrong about him in all of the
That's the
time that
thing.
I've done Wolfpack content. I have never said anything wrong about him. But now, I can't help but say shit wrong about him because he has done the worst thing that he could have done. And it's only going to get worse from here, by the way. Just saying it.
Yeah.
It is. It is genuinely going to get worse from here. I'd like to see Gary O'Neill's reaction to this.
Yeah,
Genuinely,
I would as
I
well,
would.
to be honest, because he ain't the type of manager to
He'll
say
just be
like,
what the fuck are we doing? Are we going to fill the
Yeah.
fill the Molyneux with that shit?
I don't know if I can say anything else. You know, I don't know. By the way, with 5 people off £1,000, 4 people off £1,000,
Way. That's it, mate.
Like-
We deserve that.
we do. But most
We
of
deserve
all,
that.
you lot deserve for this channel to grow. 3
100%.
people off. Come on, can we get to that £1,000 mark?
What are you gonna do?
£1,000
What are you gonna do?
pound. Look at me, thinking everyone's subscribing, but £1.
Little dance.
Oh,
One away,
two-
one
two
away.
left. Come on.
Away, lad.
Oh, one away.
One away, Wait, VAR. No, VAR. Can't
Oh,
VAR.
it's
Can't
checking.
celebrate, mate. What are you
It's checking.
celebrating for? You idiot. Wait. Hang on a minute.
Hold on, I need
Now
to go to the
you can
monitor.
celebrate.
I need to go to the monitor. I haven't got on. Stockley Parker calling 2 secs.
Fuck's sake. Oh, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. You will fucking cry.
We reached the grand.
Hey!
Let's all
It's gonna
have
go
a
down, no?
disco. Let's go have a disco. La 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 la.
Fuck's sake.
What are we doing, man?
I don't know. I've lost the plot, mate. I can't believe this.
Class.
Honestly,
Oh no, man.
I
It's
know
mad,
we're
isn't it?
laughing and that, but genuinely,
That's one for the
right?
highlight reel. That is, by the way.
Genuinely, I'm not just saying this, yeah, but like, I was at work today, and I checked my phone, and I'm thinking, hey, here we go. This is how it's gonna go next season. The first email from Jeff. It's gonna be a good one. This. Can't fucking wait for this. He's gonna tell us here something really good.
Great idea.
And he drops a fucking bombshell of bombshells, mate. His reputation now is so much in the gutter. It's untrue. Like, his reputation is absolutely fucked. Like, Mateus Nunes is bad. Podence's is bad. And now Jeff Shees is, like, just as bad.
Mm.
And it's not just single out Jeff Shee, because FOSUN have obviously said this proposal in a way. But I also think that it is about him as well. I do think it's very much come from him. Because it would have been easy just to say, you know, this is what FOSUN are doing and what they're saying. Because he's done that in the past. But he ain't. He said it, and he signed, sealed, delivered it at the end as well. Love Uncle Jeff. Fucking hell. Right, we're going over the comments. We've done a bloody...
Have we...
the comments here.
We've actually got a supporters trust. And I don't think we have announced the comment on here that Dan Warren, the chair of our supporters trust, has actually said on it. So he said, my season ticket is due to go up by £100. I'm really disappointed with the club. We have had continual price rises now for 6 years. Every season we have been in the Premier League where fans have been allowed in the stadium, we've had price rises. This price rise, though, is something very different. It is it is way above the level of inflation, which is what we've said. It is way above what any fan's realistic expectation of what a ticket price increase should be. As the chair of the trust, I will not be renewing my ticket in protest, and will also be calling all the fans to boycott the renewal process. Wow. That's the chair of our trust. That's what I want to ask, actually. Is anyone actually going to boycott? Because I don't think you'd be too wrong to boycott.
Yeah, Simon says, part of my decision to not renew was the increase. Since we came up, my seat would have increased by 65%. In any other world, that's obscene. Yeah, it's obscene in this one as well, mate. Jeff Shee's King Herod to the fans. We are not fans to them. We are just customers, says Ellie. Completely true. Andy says the top annual salaries.
Do you know what? How sad is that?
Gonzalo Guedes, 4.680. Gonzalo Guedes? Guedes? Pablo Sarabia. Nelson Semedo, 4 million as well. Fabio Silva, 4 million. And we get shafted.
Child, man.
And two of these players are a disgrace. Well, it ain't Fabio. So I don't know.
He's both of them.
I don't know what two you're talking about, mate. That's a good comment there, Andy. Nice one.
Yeah.
Jeff said that we broke even. Maybe even made a small operating profit in the last season. Well, yeah, he did. He came out and said that. Don't forget the large payouts for Lopetegui staff. That's really shafted us. That is true, actually. That was extortionate. And Johnny as well. When Johnny left, Christ on a bike, that was bad. That was really bad. That was. No one talks about that. Johnny leaving was a bitch because we had to pay him off.
Yeah.
Other fans cast I've been slagged off for my distrust in them. Well, the thing is, North, we did yesterday. We literally did yesterday, mate, and I apologise if this is how it is, and I've just been blindsided, and I've just been like, I love Jeff. Jeff loves me. We're a happy family. If I've been saying that this whole time, and I've just been looking like an actual idiot, and you're the only person, North, that's actually said that it's all bullshit, I apologise, mate. I genuinely
I've got a new
do.
one. I love Jeff. Jeff shafts me. We're now paying more for our seats.
I can't afford my family.
Mate, we need to make shorts out of these. Oh, God, I'm dying.
Right.
Oh, you know, it's been a long week as teachers, man. We're coming
I
out
know,
with
mate,
shit like
honestly.
this, man. It's not even funny, though, is it?
Liam says memberships are up by 5 to 10 quid. Where else are we?
It's all going up, mate. It's shit.
Driven by people and not capital made this statement about the club's situation at present and for the near future. Even after this statement, the news about the radical increase in ticket prices. Driven by people and not capital. Jeff Shee, 2024. Driven by people and not capital. Tell you what, Jeff, I'll drive you, mate. I'll drive you back to China, lad. I'll drive you back to China, right? And I'll drop you off free of charge.
I
and
wouldn't.
You can just stay there.
Might
And
have
you know
charged the
what?
price for 2 season tickets.
I'd take any ownership. If it's
Anfield.
going to be like this at the moment, I'd take any fucking ownership.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's not like we're getting invested in or anything, is it? If you could be owned by trillionaires, but if they're not going to give you any money, what's the point? Scott says I run an under 12s team, proper grass cut, mate. Well, you run an under 12s team. Well, none of them are coming to Molinuex, mate, because you ain't going to be able to afford them. You know, not under Jeff's watch. Proper grassroots, no academy players, anything like that. And the Wolves Foundation tournament has gone up by 40% of the ticket prices for the parents has gone up by 17%. That's the charitable arm of the club. Fucking hell.
We're in shit
now.
I genuinely think we're in shit.
I think we are as well. Can we just say as well to the camera, look at the camera right now. This is just the start.
This is just the start.
This is just the start, guys. Because
this is just the start, guys.
We've got fucking shirts being made by this prick.
Yeah. How'd you like them apples?
And I could make them better.
Oh, mate, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
They need to get out of the club. Yeah, we got that one. Steve Bull stand should be the cheapest. It's ridiculous. It's so bad. No room. Facilities are so poor. And the fact that, like, you go, South Bank. The North Bank. Steve Bull. And don't even get me started about Billy Wright. I don't think I've heard his name since whenever the fuck he played for us. Jesus Christ. And that's what you're paying more money for?
Mad.
After all the FOSUN's statement about the club and what he thinks about it, I was disappointed by thinking the owner has a future. Getting how much of us before they sell up. Imagine though.
Mate, you froze for ages then.
Did I actually?
Yeah. I was like,
am I right now?
Okay. Yeah, you're good.
Am I all right now?
Yeah, you're good now. Let me just pull one up on that. Go on, carry on.
Yeah, go on. Carry on.
There.
Pull it up, lad.
You talk it, I'm about to sneeze.
Pineapples.
Sorry, guys, I'm ill, man. I'm ill.
I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk to my dad about renewal. We travel up from Gloucestershire.
Gloucester, that's where my missus is from.
Gloucester. Mm-hmm. so are out of the house for 7 to 8 hours to see the occasional good game, I'm seriously thinking about cancelling.
You're not the only one, mate. Yeah. It's Gloucester's a fair trek as well. It's like 2 hours, but just under on a good day. Probably like an hour and a half.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
there
I've got a lot of comments now. We're getting there.
Go on. Let's go. Thick and fast. Mate, we said this was going to be a quick live.
15 minutes, like.
I know, yeah. It was like, I literally was like 40 minutes max.
It's for them.
1 hour later.
It's for them now.
Eternity later. It's because everyone's getting it off their chest, man, and I get it. I want to know how many comments we've actually had today, because we've had shitloads.
We want the club to invest more and sign more players. Where does everyone think the money is coming from?
I swear we pulled this one up.
Did we?
I think so.
Shit. This is not good when you've got a shit memory, is it?
It's all right, mate. I got you back.
Fuck me. I'm literally in the middle here. I'm nowhere near. Nowhere near. Mark says if FOSUN had ambition, they would knock the Steve Bull stand down in the lockout. Now the thing is, I've got to disagree with you there, because COVID fucked us bad, mate. More than a lot of clubs, actually. A lot worse than a lot of clubs. COVID hit us like a fucking ton of bricks.
Because see where the thinking's coming from, though. To be fair,
yeah,
I can see where that's coming from, but
yeah,
it did fuck us a bit.
Don't think you'd be comparing us to Southern clubs. What did I say? What did I call someone something? Then?
No. Sorry.
Have you got one? They even killed Wolfie and got us some demented squirrel. You know what though? This is a hot take. This one. I actually like what they did to Wolfie and co.
No, you don't.
I do.
No,
I do. I think
you don't.
I think it makes sense. They wanted him to look like terrifying.
I'm leaving.
He's gone. Kyle's gone. Fuck's sake.
No, that's not okay.
All right. Let's well done.
Bring
lads.
back
Let's
the
keep
old
channel
Wolfie,
growing.
man.
You know what? Yeah. There's 1,045. There's 1,000. What is it? 1,044 of you here now. Right. I'm going over to our YouTube while he brings up more comments. You bring up more comments and talk about them. I'm going to bring up our YouTube right now.
Another one from Dragos. For the end of the live, it remains to sing Dan Lamakalele and Carl to perform some dance moves from the chair. Mate, I will stand on this chair.
Mate, we've done it.
I think I'm joking, mate. I will genuinely show you the best chair moves you've ever seen. Stay tuned for more. Like and subscribe. I'll tell you what, when we get 5,000 subscribers,
it's never happening.
Yeah, it is, man.
I'm just joking.
We're on growth. When we get 5,000 subscribers on YouTube,
we're gonna win. All right.
I'll do it. We're only 2,000 off, by the way. 200 off.
Only 200.
So only 200 off.
Right.
Getting there.
Now then, lads.
Where else are we?
This is our current subscribers. 4,804. Not nothing. You know what? That's not bad. That's all right. That's a good figure. You know, for a small channel talking shit about Wolves, that's a fantastic figure. But you know what I want to see? I want to see that increase.
Mm-hmm.
There's 1,057 of you here, right? To subscribe is very easy. You hit a red button. It's free, and all it does is it makes us feel good inside.
And we're not going to charge for it.
Jeff might though. New statement just come out. Subscriptions
to the Wolfpack.
7,379
£7,379.
Oh.
Per live.
Oh, this is a good point, you know. State pension is £221 a week. And they're charging how much for over 65s?
I've closed my laptop. So I think it was like...
Get out.
I don't know, like 800 and something, I think.
Get out.
Genuinely, I'm like... I've just feel like throwing my laptop in the bin.
Laura said a lovely comment at one point. I forgot to bring it up. Where is it?
Should we have this one? The rise in ticket prices are absolutely fucking ridiculous, guys. You ain't going to say anything about this post. The proper words. Did we have the proper words?
Oh, I've said several words that I don't regret today.
I think he's just going off what Jeff said, and we spoke about that. Jeff Shee undermined Nuno, hired that idiot Large, lied to Lopetegui. We went cheap but got lucky with Gary O'Neill, and now he's screwed the fans. He won't win my support back. Fair one. Can't say anything on that. Fairs.
Man wants a shout out. Here it is.
Man. Can I get a shout out for
Dana?
Is it Dana?
Dangerous.
Is it Dana? Is it Dana?
Dangerous.
I feel like it's Dana. Like Dana White.
Dana Dangerous.
Dana Dangerous.
What was I saying? Dangerous? What the fuck's wrong with me, man? I need to sleep.
Mate, the thing
Jesus,
is, your name's
wet.
Dan.
I know, yeah. The one I should really get right.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Massive shout out. We'll do some shout outs. Fuck it.
You know what? I don't know about you. I ain't seen that subscription thing go what at all.
Can't find you on YouTube. WWFC Wolfpack.
Yeah. And then you'll find us. You'll find our lovely logo.
We're there.
And some absolutely amazing genius made. Just some guy.
To be fair, it is sick.
Some guy
And it's
that
like...
you may or might not know.
Wait. Here. I like it.
Oh, you know what as well, lads? I need to show you this. Let me just take this
Get
off.
them clans out now. Go on.
Look at this. Stickers.
Mate, I can't wait to get my hands on one of them.
There's a black one. And there's a white one and all.
Love it.
They look a little bit like our logo, don't they? If you look. It's almost like I intended that. Ooh.
I want one on here.
You're going to have to pay, mate.
All right.
Jeff Shee tax. Sticker tax.
Oh, fucking hell. Won't be able to afford that, mate.
So if you want one of these...
I need to update this, mate.
If you want one of these...
I need to update this.
What you're going to have to do, eventually, next season, you get a channel. If you're a channel member, you get a sticker, like a little boy in class. Now, there's a few more things I'm doing as well, but that's the first thing I thought, what's a sticker? You know, everyone likes a sticker.
Love it. Well done, Laura. Tell all your friends.
What else are we saying?
Well, we're saying that she found it but didn't subscribe.
What the hell's going on there?
What's going on, Laura? If you're going to tell your friends, lead by example at least. Gosh.
What the devil?
Don't do a Jeff Shee sticker, for God's sake.
Refresh the page. Oh,
refresh the page. Oh, go on, Mol. Get her in. Get her in here. Oh,
hang on.
That's my ugly mush. Get that off.
Your face. Hang on. What am I doing?
Brother,
let me get it back.
Yes.
Oh, it has.
Love it. Mark subscribed as well.
You absolute
Laura
bloody
subscribed. Shout outs.
Legends.
Go on. What we at? An extra 2. Love it. I'm living for this.
Hang on. Ready?
Go on.
Bosh.
Ooh, an extra 3. We're getting closer to 5,000.
You know what? At least you lot, have had a nice time.
Mate.
For free?
I'm having a great time.
As well, by the way. All this was free today.
I'll tell you what. If we make 4,820 before this live ends,
bloody hell,
I'll do a chair dance.
Another chair dance?
Oh no, I'll do an actual chair dance, not just ale, ale, ale. I'm gonna get up and do one.
Yeah.
And it ain't gonna be a lap dance before anyone gets thinking, shit. You know. It's not coming off. Don't worry. It'll be clean. PG.
I love that.
And I'll do it for free. So keep refreshing that.
I'm trying, mate. I thought it did it up. I thought it updated straight away, but it isn't. It's been an absolute.
Oh, look at Molly. Yeah, I'll tell you, she's a good one.
It's good egg. It's good.
211 for disabled to 400. Wow, get them twats out now. Let's just pull that one up.
What was
Jeez.
that? £211 for disabled to 400. Get them twats out. Mate, what the fuck are they doing, man?
I know, man. That's
Hang
crazy.
on, what was the disabled thing for Man City? Arguably, they're going to be the most in it. So have a look.
Pass. My laptop's
I'll do it.
You have a look.
Useless. Guess what?
Go on.
So they're disabled seats. Guess how much? In the comments. Do not.
What was that? 400.
I'm watching you.
Well,
I'm
I can't
watching
cheat.
you.
So I'm gonna guess.
You lot are
Ours is
cheating.
400. Yeah. I reckon there should be. If ours is 400,
Yeah.
I'm not saying there should be this price because people are disabled. I'm just saying comparing it to ours. And going off stature and the type of football they'll be going and watching. I reckon 470. But I actually think it's less than ours. And I think it's going to be 370.
Is this for the least or the most? Because if you look at the comment, look, 211 for disabled to 400. So the maximum is 400.
No, it's gone from
maximum.
211 to 400.
Oh, it's gone to 400 from 211. So is that the cheapest or is that the most expensive ticket? I've read that wrong. Shit.
I think that's what the disabled tickets are now. That's how I read it anyway. It's gone from 211 to 400 quid. I don't think that's a price range.
Oh, fuck me. Really?
Go on, what cities anyway? We've got the guesses 280 to 300. Ellie's saying 300. Go on, what are we saying?
So, for the most expensive, prestigious disabled seat, nice, a good area, level 2. We talked about it earlier. Yeah. In the Etihad, by the way, which is one of the biggest football stadiums there is. Watching the champions day in, day out. £450 for the most. That's the most.
I was close to
the best
470.
seat. That's the best seat. You can get, if
Hang
you
on.
want the worst seat, it's 350.
Hang on.
350 quid. Pitch side.
That's at Molinuex. That's more expensive than the Etihad. Wow. What's this?
My God.
If everyone shares this live and we reach 20 more subscribers, not likes, Dan will play the makalele. Is that the same as the ukulele?
Are you on about the ukulele? Isn't the makalele a footballer?
Claude Makalele, man. Yes. And Kyle will invent chair dances, mate. He will play that shit, and I will.
It's out of tune. I'll tune it up.
It's going. Oh, we're close. I can't wait, mate. I can't wait.
It's gone up.
Get me on this
Has
chair.
It gone up? It ain't gone up. What are you on about?
What?
No, it's still 4808. It's still the
Refresh.
same. I did. I've
We've
just
got another
refreshed.
one. Oh, we've got another one. Everyone, I'm just going to go. What do we need? 12 more.
There's 1,082 of you now,
Class.
which is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for all being here and dealing with just the worst news possible today. And I'm glad we did this because it's actually cheered me up.
Facts.
Yes,
Cheered
Malcolm.
me up.
You legend.
Yes, Malk. Big Malk. Shout out to Malcolm.
Mate, like, can we, have I got to read it again? Have I got to actually...
New chant. Jeff Shee should get in the bin.
So there's There's 1,083 people watching right now, right?
Get Molly in here and get her to sing Jeff She Should Get in the Bin. Exactly how she wants it to be sung.
Yeah. So, listen. This is what he said. I'm going to say it one more time. For you people that maybe haven't been aware that our wonderful owner has emailed everybody today while they're at work, while they're grafting, and he's there sipping his tea, as he always does. And he typed out in an AI program, definitely, when it comes to setting ticket prices, we benchmark our prices against those of the other 19 Premier League clubs, especially those with a similar fan base, stadium capacities, and sporting achievements.
At least he rates the fan base.
Can anyone spot the lie? Can anyone spot the lie?
Compares us to 19 clubs. Compares us to the top 6, and that's it.
Compares us to clubs that are better than us and are more advanced than us financially. Oh, and compares us to other stadiums in which you get a cheaper seat. Their seats are cheaper.
Mm.
We do listen to fan feedback. Let that simmer. And we understand...
Do you know what? I'm just going to go and get a drink while you're doing that.
All right.
Bear with.
And we understand that price increases are unpopular. You heard it here first, guys. Price increases are unpopular. You shouldn't do them. And if you do, they are unpopular. They're not popular. Not everyone's raving about them. Jeff She said they're unpopular. So it's a good job he made that. Because I thought they was, I thought that was the best thing ever. But our main aim is to ensure our prices are neither significantly higher nor lower than our peers. We've spent 2 hours showing you just how much bollocks this guy talks in one statement. One statement, this geezer has completely bottled it. Because he's saying that apparently they listen to feedback and that their main aim is to make their prices not to make their prices significantly higher nor lower. God, imagine if he made them significantly lower. God, we'd be fuming, wouldn't we, Kyle?
What?
If they made the prices significantly lower than our peers. God, I'd be fuming. Less
significantly
money.
Lower. I bet. I don't think we found one that we're lower than, have we? But on that news,
no, we haven't.
It's what I need to genuinely be able to live
Our
with this
ticketing
shit.
team. This is the best part. Our ticketing team has thoroughly researched and compares Wolves with all other clubs.
It's not all of the clubs, though, is it? You've probably looked at all of the clubs and gone, okay, we'll put ourselves.
Yeah, you've looked at other clubs and gone, right, what are the seats that we shouldn't touch with a fucking barge pole? Disabled and children. Fuck them.
Do you know what we need to do? We need
That's
to all
where
get
the
drones.
inflation needs to go.
We need to all get drones, fly them over the Molinuex when we're playing, and just watch it on our phones.
I believe our pricing reflects a fair and reasonable balance based on our current position, past growth, and future aspirations.
Hang on. It's coming. It's coming.
Can we just say that one more time?
Go on. What?
Jeff She believes that the pricing today reflects a fair and reasonable balance based on our current position, growth, and future aspirations. So why he's done it is because we finished 14th. That's why he's done it.
Do you want to see Jeff Shee's idea of balance?
That's why he's done it. It makes sense now. I didn't see it. I wasn't looking in the right place, guys.
Don't worry, guys.
We weren't looking in the right places. That's what it is. He's
What we're
buzzing
doing.
about the fact that we almost got relegated last season and increases the prices.
Facts.
Commercial growth is vital for our club's sustainability and competitiveness.
Mate, do you know what? I've heard enough of that prick anyway now. I'm annoyed. Everyone's annoyed. What else can we do?
You know, you read it a couple of times and it actually gets worse. I'm just going to read the bottom line. The bottom line, how he ends it. How does he end this fantastic message to us fans? How does he end it?
Yours sincerely, Uncle Jeff.
Your support
Enjoy being fucked over.
Your support is invaluable to us, and we are committed to keep growing Wolves to make the club strong and sustainable by buying fucking Che Adams.
No, we're not buying him. Getting him for fucking free.
Oh, yeah. We're just waiting for him to fucking retire, aren't we?
They're not even buying
and then
him.
wheeling him in. Go on, Che. Fucking hell.
I think it'll be decent for us, to be fair. Don't
I
mind
hope
Che
so.
Adams on a free.
I'll get him on my shirt, mate. I'll get him on the wall. If that might curse him to death, but
I'll introduce him to chair dances.
Jesus.
Oh, and how many we at? We've got 1,129 people watching on all platforms. 1,131 now. Look at that. On all platforms. You guys are giving us life right now.
Love it. We love to see it.
Yeah, he did say that.
Mm-hmm.
He basically did say that. Oh, man.
Right. We've reached that point of the evening, my guys. Thank you very much for everyone being here. We fucking needed this. I mean, I needed this. I started this podcast so deflated, it was unreal.
Same.
I didn't even know what to say. I felt actually embarrassed to be a Wolves fan. I actually felt embarrassed.
What a comment, by the way. Thank you.
I felt less embarrassed when we got tanked
Get in the
by
bin.
Brighton. No, we ain't supporting that for Aston Villa, mate. I don't give a shit what happens.
Love that. Look at the love, man. Love it. Oh, hang on.
Fuck, man.
Class.
It gets better, doesn't it? It gets better.
Hang on. Is this true, Dan? Pull it up.
18
Pull it up.
likes, 2 more likes, and I succeeded.
2 more subscribers, and I'm chair dancing, and you're playing the ukulele.
Nah, we
Pull
ain't.
it up.
There's no way.
Pull it up.
Now we only got 1 extra. 4809. 4809, look. I think it's on about likes. You know the likes at the top? 31 likes. What did he say?
31 likes, and there's 1,138 people watching this.
To be fair,
So you're telling me 1,107 people think we're
haven't
shit?
got thumbs. They haven't got thumbs.
Hang on a sec.
Thumbless.
Like it. Come on, guys. What you doing? Get on that like button. What you doing?
Smash that like button. I've never said that. I felt ill saying that then.
Come on, people just go bam, 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 bam.
Smash that like button, you know.
Brother,
So yeah, we're going to end the stream. I can't believe that comment about Kilman, by the way.
Yeah. Mad.
This, like I said earlier, this is just the start, guys. The
Go on,
next
Joe.
thing we're going to see is the new shirts. That's the next thing. That's the next thing. We're going to see new shirts. No Astro Pay. No more shooting the ball in the hole. None of that. And we're going to be having a...
Paul's just asked, were you on about this comment?
What,
or were you on about this comment?
This comment.
Yeah,
This
I thought
this
so.
is the comment. Kilman can go, says Paul. For the right price, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, the strip's going to be very expensive because it's made by our own merchandiser.
Go on, Stu. Yes, we've put your ticket prices up, but here's a discount on the shit we couldn't sell. Love it. Oh my god, it's coming. Oh, I've been waiting 2 hours for this.
Is it sneeze? Get it out, son.
God.
Yes.
Whoa. Yes. Oh, I needed that so bad.
One more like, please, so that we can have a fitting end to the live. Apparently, we've got 20 likes on... Is that on YouTube, is it? All right, then, sound.
Is it?
20 likes on YouTube.
Get your UK.
What am I doing? What am I playing?
Whatever I can chair dance to. Here we go. We'll see you out.
I need to tune it first. It sounds like ass. Can you carry on talking a minute?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to tune it. Sounds like it's been tuned by Jeff Shea, who no idea what he's doing.
All right.
Fuck.
Yeah, so the next live, guys, we said this yesterday. We thought
Hold
our
on.
next live
Do you want me
was
to pull
going to
that
be... Yes. We thought our next live was going to be next Wednesday. Now we can clarify it probably is going to be next Wednesday, unless we get more shit thrown our way. So we're doing
Can't even see
something that hasn't been done before. We're designing our very own 24-25 season Wolves kits. Now, I've just done the tops, but Dan's gone all out. He's done shirts and socks and everything. He's probably got cut-off socks and grip socks and shit and all. But yeah, we're designing our kits. And you guys get to vote on who your winner is. So if you think I'm going to win, which I am, then vote for me. If you think Dan's going to win, then vote for Dan. If you think Dan C's going to win, then vote for Dan C. And I think John is going to be our independent adjudicator. I think he's going to have the final say. And obviously, we've got another special guest for you. We've got Mr. Daniel from Sky Sports. So that'll be awesome as well. He's got a lot of insight. And now we get to throw this shit at him and get his input on it as well. So, yeah, it's going to be an awesome live again. And obviously, we can't do it without your support. So please join us on that one. And the more you like, the more you subscribe, the more we can do stuff like this for you. You know, we can have a laugh. We can be the therapists if you want us to be. You know, we're big advocates for mental health and that anyway. So please jump in and support us, because we couldn't do it without you, honestly. We are very, very appreciative of everyone. What, have we got an angry face? Hang on. What's with the angry face? That just looks like a bulldog.
What did you do?
Don't know. Apparently we've got an angry face, so I must have pissed somebody off. Oh well. Sorry about that.
I'll leave you to talk for
I know.
literally, what, 2 minutes? Was that even 2 minutes? And we got an angry
Do you know what I think it
face?
is, Dan? I think it's because you're taking the piss tuning that thing. They want to see us dance. Are you ready? Here we go. I'm going to fall off this wheelie chair and I've just had my ACL done, but let's do it. Come on. Let's go.
Ready?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe for more of your boys at the Wolf Pack. At the Wolf Pack.
Yes.
There you go.
Now for my bit. Boom. No, let's not do that.
Oh my god, bro. You're going to get us banned. Fuck's sake. I'm getting out of here, buddy. Shit goes on.
On that note, we'll see you all next week.
Four. What are we going to see him for?
For
Ready?
the end of the season review.
There it is, mate. There it is. Special guest Daniel Kahn from Sky Sports, whose last activity on his socials.
Love it. It's like a Skoda Fabia.
His last activity, Daniel Kahn, by the way, was talking about Lopetegui going to West Ham on Sky Sports earlier. So he's an actual legend, and can't wait to have him on. We've got a load to talk about from him.
Yeah.
He was one of the people that broke the Joe Gomez rumor as well, which was fantastic. So what a dude.
He's got a lot of insights, any man. It's going to be interesting to talk to him.
So Wednesday, myself, Kyle, unfortunately, Daniel Cottingham, John Harris, and Daniel Kahn are all going to be here for some fun. We hope you enjoy it.
Also, guys, if you've got any questions for Daniel Kahn, let us know.
There will be
Get in touch with Dan on socials.
There will be an Instagram, what's it called? Story with the question thing. What is it? Ask me questions box where you press it and ask questions. There'll be one of them. So we can do that. But yeah, thank you guys. 2 hours and 18. We got 1,168 people here. That is awesome. But thank you also for the people that subscribed. What legends. I don't know if that's increased by now, but what legends, even subscribing that much. Fantastic. So yeah, we'll see you on the next one, guys. Until then, bye.
Peace out.
Bye.
See you later.
We're out for blood. To play.